Earlier today I was trying to watch a video about a reaction that somebody was doing to an influencer, kind of, getting angry on camera or showing, more emotion or whatever. And the person reacting was kind of making fun of him. Not only making fun of him, but also making fun of people that also subscribe to any influencer, that anybody that looks for any type of answer. And that's a subject for a different time. But today, what I wanted to address was this idea that those figures that we have in society have to be, they're human. We're all just people. And it's weird. Why do we go to people with these type of expectations as to expecting them to not have any not vices, but any sort of character traits, any type of negative side to them, any type of thing that we don't agree with? And it brings us to questions, because you could go through life like this. You could say, well, oh, this person demonstrated this thing I don't like, I'm subscribed from them. This person showed something I don't like, I'm subscribed from. This one is a bit too fat. This one's a bit too skinny. This one's a bit too, they get angry sometimes, whatever. So it means, what you're saying is, are you saying that because they did this, everything they have to say is poop? Like everything they have to say is just wrong because of this one, because of these things. And in some cases they link to each other, if they're linked to this other idea. But in most of these cases, we're really just taking the one entity as a whole and saying, because of this, I will no longer be listening, hearing, or even processing any idea that they share. And I find anything that they share ridicule because of this thing. And then there are, for sure, intense actions where, like, high red flags. But my point is that we can't go through life like that. It doesn't actually make sense. You could do it, but it doesn't actually make sense, because we all need to have character flaws in order to be anybody. You need to have some type of things that you struggle with in order to have a story, in order to have a process through what you're going through in life. Nobody is a perfect masterpiece which is done. And when it comes to dealing with this, there's this simple idea that, like, we could use this idea of take what you want, take what you need, and let go of the rest, right? Like, you could go through the whole list of influential people and you will find weird stuff about all of them, or at least weird stuff that is said that they have done, or things that is said that they their opinions or whatever. And you won't agree with all of them. You'll maybe look down on a lot of them. Maybe some of them did drugs in the past. Maybe some, and that's like we're talking like a lot of like cancel culture type of behavior in a way. And maybe this is where it comes from. As a collective, we're canceling people the same way that we individually cancel people when they do a behavior we don't like. But what I'm saying is that we kind of need to approach life like this, because otherwise we will have no type of, we won't trust anybody, right? Because as much as we can do this with big influencers and big, images we have on social media, then when it comes to even our smaller circle, our direct social interactions, we could do the same thing. We could be like, oh, well, damn, this person has this opinion about these people, so I unsubscribe from them at all. I don't want to link with them at all. Nothing, whatever. And then at that point, what just happened is you checked out from someone over one opinion, and you're saying that everything else that they say and do is wrong. And it's like, is that the level of tolerance that we have about people? Can we not see that, ideas in themselves and logic to an extent is independent right? From we can observe an idea, we can process an idea without always attaching all of them to that person. So even if that person is the person to give us a certain message about a point of view within something that could be helpful to us, why are we so adamant about trying to learn everything about them and try to destroy their character on every other dimension, and putting aside all the value that they could bring? And it's a lot like saying, oh, well, I'm not going to shop at this grocery store because they sell alcohol and I don't drink. It's like, okay, you could do that. you could do that. You're going to be very limited on where you shop. Like, okay, so yeah, you could say that the analogy about alcohol is fair to some extent, but you could say something else. Well, I don't eat cucumbers, so any place that is a grocery store that sells cucumbers, I'm not gonna go because I think they're nasty. And it's like, really, bro? Like, like I don't know what is the word for this. We don't have the maturity. We can't be detached a bit from the person, from the the entity that we're dealing with, enough to be like, well, let me just take from this what is advantageous to me, what works for me, what serves me, and just let go of the rest. I can still go to the grocery shops, and sort of buy what I need, and I'll buy the things that don't, right? We don't need to always agree 100% with what people say, but we can extract from the value that we have, and we can still have trust for them and their character, because to have so low tolerance will make it that it's unfeasible to live in a society, because everybody has faults, shortcomings, or character flaws about them, whether they're present or in their past. And so to live with these type of expectations is kind of, it's not even that I'm saying change the expectations. I'm saying it's not feasible. You could have the expectations, you could be disappointed, but to then bash and hate and sort of just try to destroy their character, now you're just being unfair, right? Because even yourself, or myself, whoever, we've all had some failures. We all have opinions maybe that people might not agree with. We all have these type of things. And so what you're saying is that the same applies to you. You're saying that you too, if you say something or like you have value to offer, you're canceling it because of the actions that you've done, the opinions that you have. And I think that's, now you're hurting yourself two ways. You don't get value. You won't even allow yourself to give value. So what are we doing? Right? I hope that makes sense. And thank you for watching.